All right, let's dive into something a little different today. We're going to unpack a pretty big philosophical idea, but forget the dusty old textbooks. We're going to do it through a story, a modern parable that mashes up the chilling underworld of Norse mythology with the wild ideas of Friedrich Nietzsche.
But let me start by asking you something. What if your history, all of it, wasn't something you could just move on from? What if it was a ghost, a shadow that never, ever left your side?
So, our story kicks off with a quest, but we're not talking about gold or some magical sword here. No, this is a quest for something way more impossible. A life with absolutely no shadows, no past.
Our traveler is looking for what Nietzsche called high noon. You know that feeling, right? When the sun is directly overhead and your shadow basically disappears? Yeah, that's what they want. They want to live in that perfect, shadowless moment forever. Just pure existence, with none of the baggage we all carry around.
And where does this quest lead them? Well, straight to the underworld, of course, to Helheim. And there they meet the queen herself, Hel. And seeing her is a shock, because she's this walking, talking paradox. One side of her is living, breathing flesh, and the other side? It's just decayed, skeletal. She's literally life and death in one person. And our traveler, who's all about this purity thing, is completely repulsed. They basically tell her, hey, step into the light, hide that ugly half. I only want to see the good part. They see her history, her decay, as just a dark stain that needs to be washed away. But Hel, she doesn't do what they say. And this, right here, is the pivot of the whole story. The traveler thinks they're confronting a monster, but what they're really about to confront is a mirror.
She doesn't say a word. She doesn't fight back. She just points. Points right past the traveler, at their own shadow, stretched out long and dark behind them by the setting sun. And just like that, the tables are turned. It's not about her anymore. It's about them.
And boom, there it is, the central conflict. The traveler wants to be one perfect thing. Hal's truth is, you can't be. You are always two. And then she finally speaks. And she says, you asked me to be one, yet you are always two. She tells the traveler that she is that second voice. You know the one, the narrator in your head that's always commenting on everything your body does. She's the one who holds the entire story of your life.
Okay, so this isn't just some cool mythological story. This whole encounter is a fantastic way to understand a really deep philosophical concept, the Nietzschean shadow.
Now, this is super important. We're not talking about some evil twin or dark side you need to fight. The Nietzschean shadow is way more fundamental than that. It's just the unavoidable weight of being you. It's your history and the self-consciousness that you just can't escape.
And I know what you might be thinking. Oh, like the Jungian shadow? And that's a great thought, but this is a little different. Jung's shadow is about the stuff we repress, the things we hide from everyone. Nietzsche's shadow isn't about what you hide, it's about what you are. It's that permanent tension between who you are right now, the I, and the entire history of the person you've been, the me.
So let's break this down. The shadow is your self-consciousness, right? That's the tension between I and me that Hel embodies. It's also the genealogy of your becoming. Think of Hel's dead side as the complete, unedited record of every single struggle and victory you've ever had. And finally, it's that gloomy companion, the one who's been with you on the entire trip. You can't outrun it because, well, it's you.
And this is where Hel just flips the whole script. She says, you call my dead side monstrous? That's just the memory of everything you had to overcome to even get here. Wow. So that dark part isn't a weakness. It's the foundation of your strength. It's proof of what you've survived. Which brings us to the big takeaway, the final lesson of this whole thing. The point isn't to get rid of your shadow. It's to figure out how to live with it.
So think about Hel's two sides again. Her living half, that's what Nietzsche called the will to power, that drive we all have to grow, to achieve, to move forward. But her dead half is just as important. That's the will to truth. And that's the cold, hard realization that you can't have growth without decay. You can't have life without struggle. And that completely changes what high noon means, doesn't it? It's not about having no shadow. It's the moment you finally look at your shadow, at your two selves, and you accept it. You realize you aren't one thing, you're two, and you stop fighting it. You see that you need both.
So the traveler's journey basically lays out the steps for us, right? Step 1, see your own duality. Acknowledge those two voices. Step 2, realize that shadow isn't a flaw, it's just your history. And step 3, this is the big one, affirm it. Say yes to the whole messy story. Because every single piece of it was necessary to make you, well, you.
And that's really what it means to befriend your shadow. It's about dropping the masks, forgetting about that perfect, curated life we're all supposed to be living online. It's about looking at the hard stuff, the uncomfortable truths about yourself and your life, and just not flinching.
And this leads to what Nietzsche called the sacred yes. It's not a simple, yay, life is great. It's a deep, powerful acceptance of the whole package, the joy and the pain, the living and the decayed, because one simply cannot exist without the other.
So, here we are at the end. And just like the traveler, your shadow, your entire history, has followed you all the way through this explainer. It's right here with you. And now that you know what it is, the only real question left is, what are you going to say to it?